Mason's first match here. First thing I notice here right off the bat, I've watched this a few times, is Mason's footwork. He's struggling really to get a strong posture. Tries to go pretty heavy for a grip, and this guy does a good job of blocking it. Right there, you can see Mason's left hand kind of gets an awkward grip before he settles in and's taking what's given to him. I think a preference here would be to try to break grips and start back at what he wants. You can see that this guy has just a dominant grip as a result of getting what he wants, and Mason kind of settling. So, big advice there, Mason, is to try to reset. Don't get lulled into a grip where this guy is extremely comfortable and you feel like you don't have what you want. I won't comment on this one because it is two of our students. I think you guys know each other's style. This is just one of those where you guys play each other plenty, and may the best man win. Here's Abita's first match. Abita, I love that you come out aggressive here. You'll see in a second, you go straight for that Koshiguruma. And honestly, this is just one of those where first match, a lot to learn. You got out there on the mat, you gave it your best. That's a tough one. Um, Again, love that you came in for a strong attack. Over time, you learn some strategy there on how to avoid the counter. This guy's obviously pretty aggressive. I think Tyler does a good job kind of out the gate. What I will say is when this guy gets the overhand grip, I don't know if Tyler couldn't break it off, but I would say first things first, he's really controlling your posture. If you can get that head up and again, reset if you can. Um, your athleticism, I think, really helps you, especially right here as you avoid that throw. This guy does a great job. If you watch his footwork throughout the whole match and in other matches, he does a great job, really, of keeping his right lead foot forward. He establishes that right dominant grip and then seems to lull people into it. Again, probably the biggest thing that I can say is don't get stuck there. If you don't like it, find a way out of it. You can always reset. I think Tyler does a good job right there of attacking just to avoid the grip. Really, even his defense, whether it's offense or defense, and then uh, good defense here in the Newaza, and really throughout this match. Really, not a lot to say here. I think Tyler does a great job. This match was set to be a grind. Probably again the big takeaway is not to get lulled into the other guy's grips. Make sure you're controlling the match. Keep your head up. This guy did pull you down a couple times. Try to keep your head up and again establish a better grip. Phil, one thing I noticed is you seem to be letting the guy again bring the grip to you. You took that low sleeve grip really just because that's what was there. You know, in class you seem to get that high overhand or the high collar grip. For whatever reason, you struggle to get there. You're finally there right there again, which I think enabled you to get your attack in. But I noticed with most of your opponents, you were kind of letting them drive that match, kind of waiting on grips. Um, you got to take it to them. Again, don't let them go first. You be first. Here's another example, Phil, where I feel like you're waiting on the guy. You let him get his hand on. You kind of take just a sleeve grip as a result of a reaction, again, rather than being proactive. And I think that results in kind of you getting attacked. And again, instead of being on the offensive, you're waiting and trying to see what happens. Could be more offensive there, results in a pin. Good job on the escape, again, but try not to get put there in the first place. Good scramble again. You guys went back and forth multiple times here. More scrambling. Phil ends up in the pin and secures the win. Great job. Again, just kind of fight for your position, be more proactive on the grip and throughout the match. Mason, I actually like what you did here. You did a good job. I think most people were letting this guy get the high left overhand. He's a lefty. You did a good job of trapping that arm as he tried to reach across and kind of holding it down. I think the thing that yeah, you're doing a great job of trapping that arm and not letting him come over the top. I think where you struggle here, when you go up high on the right here, is it made it too easy to counter. You got to try to break his posture right here in a second. Yeah, right here. Again, it was good, no score, no call, I think, but it did leave you susceptible. I think if you can, maybe rather than going high, go to lapel, keep your grip at shoulder height so that you have a little more power, a little more strength. But again, great job on defending that high left overhand against a lefty. This guy is extremely athletic. I think in all of his matches he does a good job. Interestingly, for a second there he switched lefty, um, but the guy's just quick, right? He's coming out and he's establishing kind of first contact and then getting his attacks in. Phil, I just think you need to learn to be a little bit more dominant on taking position with your grips right off the bat. It's okay to reset. It's okay to back off. It's okay to circle, but you gotta get a better grip right out the gate. He gets first hand on in almost every match. Early on, the thing I don't love here is that Tyler. We talked about this up front, but this guy feeds that left lapel to the overhand grip, and I know you have a counter, you like a counter for it, but it is risky. I mean, right off the bat, this guy felt pretty comfortable. You do a good job of countering it. And again, I do think there's some risk associated with that, so you just gotta be prepared, and you were. Honestly, not a lot to say here. This guy is pretty good. I think it's classic lefty versus righty. I think Tyler does a good job of kind of maintaining inside control. I think this guy's a little more reluctant to come over the top heavy because he can feel that Tyler's got a good right hand, good strong grip on the gi. But this is just a hard fought match. I think you both do a great job. Really looks like some pretty 50-50 judo overall. And it's just going to be a battle of position and posture. But again, great match here. No real comments other than the guy who I think who wins position in the grip is going to win the match. Um, as far as the gripping game goes, you guys look pretty even. And again, I think he's searching for that high left grip, but because of Tyler's inside grip, he's not comfortable going too deep. With everybody else, he tried to get over the top. With Tyler, he stayed on the lapel. Tyler does a good job of scrambling here for the pin, secures this for the win. Again, great Newaza, great continuation. Fantastic. Mason, I like you in this match. I think you're a little more settled. on the grips. You seem to have a little bit easier time establishing them than you did on the guy in the blue. I think his name was Ethan. Travis here, I think you guys are a good matchup stylistically. Good job of staying out of that throw right there, and good scramble. Yeah, I think you guys get in a good 50-50 spot. I'm actually appalled right here that you don't get the score. I think you do a good job of almost a Sukash, and a little disappointed they called that a no score. I think there's a lot of debate there from all of us on the side. Tyler and I were sitting next to each other. Good defense. I think the biggest thing you can work on, Mason, is probably settling down in your grips and just work on establishing those, even if it means a penalty here and there. Just really establishing the grips that you want and not being afraid to hit the reset button when you're in a bad spot. Abitha, again, just kind of first tournament jitters here. I love that you came out and you tried to throw the first attack. We just need to work on some setups and kind of getting you some defense and some practice on figuring out when to be in and when to be out of throw. Phil, if I recall, this is that guy that again that looks for the lefty. He does have the left foot forward. He's looking for that lapel in the overhand. You got to stop that earlier. In fact, that's what I want to see you doing with your right hand. Again, it's okay to hit the reset button when you're in a bad spot. I feel like you're kind of taking what's given to you and being reactive, but don't be afraid to reset. Way to scramble out. I think the opportunity here is just some nails of drilling, but it can be tough when a guy's turtled and given 100% in defense. Definitely better guys than me that can coach you through some of that. I'd rather throw the guy. Once again, here, this guy's looking to feed that lapel to a high overhand grip, and he does it. You watch him; he's really successful, and he's able to mount an attack immediately off of that grip. So you got to know it's coming. The other thing is, I would say scout your opponents beforehand. I was watching this guy, and he did it repeatedly against other opponents, so you know it's coming, right? You got to figure out how to stop that in advance and or be first. You have the chance when he's coming high left, you can go high right, forces him to take the lower grip. But again, he got there first again. Um, it's just giving him the dominant position. You'll see that this guy sneaks his left hand over the top here as you guys turn around. He slides it over. There he goes. Finishes the throw. Just a monster throw by Mason coming up here. Have fun, Tyler.